respect. We don't have respect for elders. We don't have respect for authority, especially these days now with our leaders and what we see also through the social media, our peacekeepers, police officers, people who are supposed to stand for what is right, start when we see them abuse power, abuse their privilege, um, and then the system falls apart, and um, we have to first start with that. Uh, First, start with how do we get the respect back? How does, one of the most important things is our leaders, anybody in position, they have to lead by example. And one of the things that's most important is accountability. And no one is held accountable. Uh, and and this goes back. This goes into in the American culture, especially when you're able to sue basically anybody you want to sue and blame. The suing then uh, is blaming your fault on somebody else. Um, and that is our first response. And uh, unless those ideas of accountability and owning up to your mistakes and your faults, um, that has to be taught. But our society, the government, our legal system, everything um, is in the contrary. You know, you don't get rewarded by uh, accepting responsibility and being accountable, right? You don't get rewarded for that. But that's the entire point, too, right? If you get rewarded for uh, confessing, if you get rewarded, for instance, whatever you did wrong, you could get pardoned or excused or whatever. See, then that won't work because now everybody will fess up, even when they didn't do it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah. So you see, so thinking one way, oh yeah, we'll go ahead and blame, we'll go ahead and reward those people, and that's why uh, people will be able to then be more accountable by rewarding them. It doesn't work that way. So see, what what is then more essential is having an individual value their sense of honor and integrity above all things. You know, that, how do you teach that? That has to be uh, the foundation. It's not the reward or the negative consequence is why they're motivated to do anything. They're motivated to do it because it's noble, because it's right, because it's honorable. So, uh, you know, with me, right? That's why uh, my students are afraid to make the mistakes. So when they hide the mistake, then they get disciplined more. And so when they fess up and tell the truth, uh, however, yes, they might get less reprimand, but they'll still end up doing the knuckle push-ups. you know, it doesn't absolve them from the disciplinary measure, from the consequence of their actions,
Hmm.
right? Um, and then what is the other problem, right? Is in our system, and actually, we can talk about this in a later section about the idea of accountability. It's those people who tell the truth and admit their fault, admit their mistake, their wrongdoing, who will end up getting disciplined or punished or go to jail for. Okay, uh, but those people who admitted their fault should be the ones who are or who are put in position again to lead. They should be the leaders, right? But they lose all credibility because they were caught doing wrong, whatever, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And however, this is the thing, right? Everybody, all the leaders or whatever, they've all probably have done the same things, but this one person got caught, right? So the virtue then of society is, well, yeah, everybody does wrong, just don't get caught, right? You're a fool that gets caught if you get caught. But what we should measure somebody on whether we value them or not, it should be their integrity, their noble principles, whether they were honorable and truthful or not.